Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Inspired by the life of the savvy and ambitious Colombian businesswoman Griselda Blanco comes a new Netflix original limited series. Griselda tells the story of a devoted mother who, with her lethal blend of charm and relentless savagery, creates one of the most powerful cartels in history. Witness Sofia Vergara's captivating transformation into the godmother of the underworld. Griselda, now streaming only on Netflix.
Burn again, burn again, burn again, ABCs. Welcome to the Bare Naked ABCs, where we discuss every song from 7 to Y. I don't care how quiet that song is or how loud it is, we will cover it. And speaking of loud songs, that's what we'll be covering this week. But first, I want to introduce our guests. Joining me as my co-hosts are Stefan and Jeff. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me.
You're very welcome, Tracy.
Woo! Was that loud? Was that loud enough for you? We like it loud. Love it loud.
That was very loud, Jeff. That was very loud.
That was very loud.
Yeah.
But I love it loud.
I was going for loud. Are we still guests? I feel like we're not guests anymore. I feel like we're staples. What?
No, you're co-host. That's why I fixed my words. Cut. Take two. Tonight's song, that if you have not heard it before, is I Love It Loud. Now, this is not a normal B&L recording, so you probably haven't heard this before. So, here is a quick snippet.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Turn it up, I wanna be president. Whiplash, heavy metal accident. Rock on, I wanna be president. Better believe it, cause I love it loud. Wanna hear it loud, right between the eyes. Loud, wanna hear it loud. Don't want no compromise, like Animalize.
Gentlemen, so this is a very rare recording. It's not something that you can even get on disc. You can only get it digitally. It is on the one and only album that was released digitally only, which is the Hello City Live from Toronto album, which is a live recording of their 1991 concert at the Horseshoe in Toronto. It's a very, very early song, and it's not even a B&L song. It is them covering, and I use that word very lightly, a Kiss song.
Rush.
No, not Rush.
I was hoping for Rush. They really
they were teasing. So
I was like, yes, Rush.
no, because they were talking about Rush.
No,
so what we get
Rush.
at the beginning of this song is we get them bantering, which is a great thing to hear them do. They're talking to the audience. It's the beginning of set 2, so they're coming back out after their break, and which is what bands do when they're playing in a local live club and they need a break in between. Something they did early on, obviously not in their concerts. We don't see that in their live concerts anymore. That's a pub thing. And so they introduce themselves again, and then they start having their banter. They do a couple callbacks to earlier jokes that they had made in set 1, and continue to talk about Rush and Kiss, and show what big music geeks they are, because when they're traveling, what they like to do is challenge each other on what albums they can remember and which and in the correct order of release.
I would fail at that.
That's okay, because BNL fails at a couple other things in this song, so.
All I know of is Gordon.
But you can hear that they fail. They're like, yeah, we got all the Kiss albums. We couldn't get Rush in the right order, but what was that Rush album?
The one with the red cover?
With the balls? The audience members have to tell them who it is, what album it is.
Yeah, right.
Hey, audience participation makes them more involved in the concert.
Yeah, no, it does, and that's one of the.
That's typical BNL though. Yeah, that's they like to engage the audience, which is always cool.
Oh yeah, and then Tyler, for whatever reason, does what BNL does. They just randomly start into a song on Kiss because they mentioned Kiss, and so Tyler's like, "All right," and he starts wailing on the drums.
Yeah, let's be clear about this. What Tyler does is just full on epic beat those drums.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
It's just, and it is glorious. It is so good.
And then Ed is just like, he's not even full out trying. He's just like, hey, yeah.
Yeah, first.
And Steven's like, no, we're going into this. We're doing it.
No, we're doing it. Yeah, we're doing it. Yeah.
And at that point, Jim jumps in, and then it's like, all right, yeah, I guess we're doing this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Taylor could be a professional drummer.
But this is what they love to do in their live concerts, is they work so collaboratively. If one person takes off, they do the yes, but part of comedy really well, and that, like, I'm going to take whatever you're throwing at me and build on top of this.
Yeah, they're going to try and one-up each other, which is cool. And I like this for that. I mean, I like this for the fact that they were clearly just tossing around some albums, some was it planned? I don't know. It feels very improv. And
I would think that if they meant to do this, one, they probably all would have broken into it real quickly. And
true.
And two, I think the other thing is Ed would have known the lyrics.
That's a good that's a good point.
Because Ed destroys the lyrics on this song.
Yeah, he does.
Which is not something he's known for. Normally, if he's going to sing something, he's going to get it like...
He's going to know it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like how they really enjoy living life to its fullest, and they like having fun. I really do. I mean, that's what makes them great. I mean, you can hear it in their music. Absolutely, they love it. And for any of those listeners out there that haven't been to a BNL concert, they're worth going to, because... They enjoy what they do, and they enjoy music, and they enjoy life to its fullest, and that's it really shines through with whatever they do.
Let's talk a little bit about this musically, sort of.
Well,
because we have drums and we have bass, and I think that's it. I
think that's all we get, right?
Yeah, I don't think Andy or Ed or Steve had anything that they were going to contribute to this song. They were like, yeah, we know the words.
They were just laying down some sweet vocals.
Yeah.
Sweet vocals. Oh my god.
Which is another thing, like, I think if it hadn't been impromptu, they probably would have learned the guitar parts, and Andy would have thrown some things in as well. And
right.
I think there was just totally like, Tyler was like, Kiss? I know Kiss. All right.
He just gets into it. It's awesome that he knows.
I think Tyler was the only one who knew Kiss, actually. But
I've always admired performers and musicians that are able to just be like, "Oh, I know that song," and they just bring it right up, and they're able to play it. It's just nuts.
Right. I think everyone knows at least one Kiss song. Maybe not this one, but
they knew of it.
Yeah, they knew.
I accidentally walked.
If you took a sample size of 20 people and said, "What Kiss song do you know?" They're going to say "Rock and Roll All Night" in most cases, or maybe Beth.
Well, so this is one of the things I wanted to bring up tonight, though. So for Kiss songs, this is a staple of this. Even though this was a single that didn't do well, it only hit 102 on the pop charts.
102.
It didn't even break the top 100. It
sounds like it had the fever.
Was one they played in every single concert from that point on. Like it was a well-loved song.
Right.
102.
And it's funny because it was written by a man that was only with the band for 2 years. So this song was written by Vinnie Vincent and Gene Simmons.
Right. Yeah.
It's actually the song that brought Vinnie Vincent into the band. because he was writing songs at the time, and he knew Adam Mitchell, and Adam Mitchell had some connections to the band, and so he's like, "Hey, can you introduce me to Gene Simmons? Like, that would be really cool." And after talking, Gene Simmons and Vinnie Vincent sat down and wrote this song along with Killer. And that was the start of him being in Kiss and kind of filling in for the person that left, which was Ace Frehley.
Right. Yeah. That is the most Kiss research I've ever heard you do, by the way.
It's the most I've ever done.
Pretty impressive.
So it's a staple of theirs. It's from 1982 off the Creatures album. That's about all I know about this song, though. Like, I like Kiss a little bit. Obviously not like B&L does. So Ed's singing the lead on this, sort of. Steve is doing the backup harmonies, sort of. I think one of the important things to point out is I don't feel they're really truly singing.
No, I think it feels very ad lib. I mean, they just kind of jumped into it, and typical B&L Fun style. They were just going along with it to the best they could, and for that I love it, because we've talked about this before. I mean, when you see B&L live, they have so much fun on stage. Just the ad libbing and breaking into acapella things and all that, and so they just kind of roll with it, and it's a lot of fun in that case.
Yes. But they're sort of yelling the lyrics. They're not really even. They are
yelling. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like, this is a song I totally think that Ed could cover and hit, but I don't think he knows it really well.
I'm sure he had, if they continued this on in their live shows. I don't doubt that as they continued doing it, I'm sure the lyrics got better and the singing got better. The vocals. I'm sure it became a true legit cover eventually.
I don't know, because I've never heard it in any of the concerts I've been to, and I think that, like, they would do this randomly. They'll just randomly pull up songs that, as they're talking, as part of their ad lib, and then just burst into it. I think that's what this ended up becoming. That was a one night kind of thing, but they happened to record that night, and so it became a live album in 2015. Now, why they released it in 2015, which was, I want to say, 24 years after it was recorded, and it's only released digitally, so I don't know. Like, I don't know why they decided to go about doing that. I like the fact that we get little snippets like this, and some other stuff that we'll be coming back to, like Joseph Brown in a few months. Things that we normally wouldn't get. And this has its merits. Other than the fact they're not truly singing and they're not really truly playing, it does have its merits.
Like the drums.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
that was good. I mean, he cracked into it with confidence there. He knew that song.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. When those drums kicked in, it was a rush. It was a fun ride. And that was great.
No, it was Kiss.
Yeah. Well, yeah, true. Yeah, it wasn't Rush. It was Kiss. Have they covered Rush though in their live shows? I mean, they had to.
Well,
it's a Canadian thing.
On Gordon alone, when they're covering Gordon, they automatically do.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just in general on the live shows, have they done Rush covers or?
No, they don't. They don't tend to do a lot of covers in their concerts, except for when they do their medleys. I was going to say melodies. I'm like, nope, that's not right. When they do their medleys, they will do that. And it's kind of like their dance breakdown in the middle of the show. And Tyler will come out from behind the drums. And, they covered Led Zeppelin, which we'll get to in a while.
Covered Psycho Killer from the Talking Heads.
Right. And that was really early on. Like, they did the early on, they did it. And then they do it as part of their live shows, but that's about it. They don't cover bands on their albums.
Right.
Because they have their own albums.
No, sample, but...
They don't have to cover songs. They can cover their own songs.
Right.
But that's one that they have up on, for example, the Beatles. Like, very, very few times can you say, oh, this band has one up on the Beatles. The Beatles did a lot of covers early on.
That's true. Right. So, fun fact about this, though, because I was going to make a joke that it would, B&L covering Rush would be a Canadian band, a great Canadian band covering. I think, and I know people disagree with me on this one, and let me know in the comments if you disagree, but I think Rush is a great band. I know I get hate, a lot of heat for that. In fact, I was actually in the store once when Rush was putting out a new album, and one aisle over, and I could hear the people talking, and they're like, "Oh man, Rush sucks. Oh, put it on." And I had to walk up, and I picked up the album right in front of them. I could just, I love their sweet, sweet silence because I do love Rush. So,
Rush is an amazing band.
great Canadian band. I think they're amazing, but I know they have a lot of hate out there. They're polarizing, and that's fine. I mean, Neil Peart's one of the greatest drummers of all time, but
Yeah.
So anyway, that'd be cool.
And Geddy Lee was the perfect person to give them the award at the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, right. But what I thought was funny about this is this was not a Canadian band covering a Canadian band because they went and did Kiss, but this song, I Love It Loud, was covered by another famous Canadian. Do you guys know who it was?
Oh no, I had it and it's gone.
There was a reggae version of this song covered by a very famous Canadian.
Snow?
It was covered by Snow, yeah. It was called Loud, yeah. Yeah, Snow actually covered this.
Wow.
Cool.
That might have been one of his...
I'll have to put a clip of that in right here.
Till I'm moving in a scene. Whiplash, reggae music accident. You look sweet, bet your taste of cinnamon. I love them and leave them. Crystal, everybody getting brand. Laced out, music's jumping in my bands. Ice cream, and I'm steady thinking it. Love it or leave it.
I like it loud. I wanna hear it loud. Right between the eyes. Loud. I wanna hear it loud. I don't want no
Award-winning songs. Yeah, you'll have to stick that in if you can find it.
Oh, I'll find it.
Oh
Stick
man,
it in.
I'm totally off track here, but I felt horrible for Snow for a while because they actually do have a reggae chart in Canada, and if we get a Canadian back on here again, you correct me if I'm wrong, but they have a reggae chart in Canada. For many years running, Snow never ended up on the Canadian reggae charts. I don't want to steal a joke because this is I watched a lot of Todd in the Shadows. He's one of my favorite YouTube reviewers, but his exact line was, "There was better Canadian reggae out there than Snow."
And that we got Snow.
No, we got Snow.
They decided to send that to us.
They gave us Snow, and there was better Canadian reggae. He actually did win. Apparently, he actually charted #1 in Jamaica eventually, though. It was a remix of Informer.
Well, next
I know
week when
way
we
too much about
have
Snow.
next week when we have Eric back on, you'll have to ask him.
Yeah,
Like,
I need to ask. Yeah, how much Snow do they really play there? How much? I need to know everything about the Canadian reggae.
I need to know everything about Canadian snow.
It's white.
Yeah, I'm on the wrong podcast, aren't I? This was supposed to be the Snow podcast.
That's right.
tonight.
That's right.
There aren't enough Snow podcasts out there.
I don't have a lot to say about this song. That's why I'm letting us kind of ramble, because this is...
Dude, that's why I'm filling. I know. This is our house level of this month right now.
I mean, I can put pretty much the whole clip of the song in here without having to worry about copyright at this point. Because they really don't go on very long, and none of the lyrics are in the correct order. But they're having fun.
No, the track you sent was a minute of talking and then 45 seconds of song.
I think the biggest thing it brings is...
I think it's great. It's a 5.
Listening to it by itself, it is not great. But if you listen to it within the context of the whole album and in the context of the concert, then it makes sense and it fits in, and it would seem empty without it being there, because this is part of their live show.
Right.
And that's why I wanted to include this, even though it's not really a great cover and it's not really truly them trying to cover. This is what they do. They just break out into song, and not always knowing the lyrics, but because one of them starts it off and they're like, All right, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, all right.
These are the ones that always make me feel kind of crappy when we have to get to the rankings, though. And we've had this before, with House Level and with Tyler on was it Holly Jolly?
Yes.
That made me feel bad because obviously when we talk about these, I want to be able to compare them in context with everything else. I can't do that, but
Right.
Is it great to hear BNL have fun and tear into a Kiss song? Yes, absolutely. It's great to hear that. It's a lot of fun. In comparison to an album track, no. But
would I listen to it every day?
These are, yeah, right. Would it be on my playlist? Probably not. Would you stick these in here, Tracy? I feel like a horrible, horrible person.
And I really struggled with whether or not when this CD came out, should I throw this in there? Should I leave it out? And the only reason I decided it should be in there is because it is such a staple of BNL shows, and it really is.
I get it.
I'm going to be cutting the other ones that are like this out, but I wanted this one in there just because this is what they do, and it's a perfect example of them doing this. And I think that people need to know what. Like, I love BNL shows, especially when Steve was still part of the band. Love the albums, love the live shows even more.
Right.
And these are the reasons I love the live show.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. When I'm listening to their live albums or even Gordon, I still let it play to the end. I still like that at the end of
Crazy.
The first live album when they go into the
Uncle Owen,
the Bryan Street Theater, and Uncle Owen, and at the end of Gordon when they have that little grade 9 thing. I still play it because I like to hear BNL having fun. So yeah, I mean, stuff like this is great. I've only seen BNL live. I know this is blasphemous. I've only seen them live one time, and that was during Peep Show,
which is like one of the few that I never went to.
Which I thought was a great one to see them at because it was such a. I saw them in Upper Darby at the Tower Theater, and it was that whole Q&A feel and. They came out to do the acapella set, and 1 week was in the acapella set.
Oh.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah, thank God for that because, of all the BNL songs we've heard 1 week over and over and over, done like the album. So to hear them do stuff like that was fun. They did break into some improv stuff. They took questions from the audience and improv, and it was great. And that's one of the reasons why BNL fans love BNL. As we love their music, but we love to hear what they do when they're live.
Yeah. And the banter between Steve and Ev has always just been wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And you get that a little bit in the songs, but the in-between songs in a live show, it's there. And it's funny because it leads up to whatever that next song is almost perfectly every time.
Yeah. And they're so brilliant because you never quite know where's the improv and where is this planned out. Like, I'm still not 100% convinced for Too Little Too Late, when they clearly made a mistake, and I've talked about this before, there was clearly a lyrical mistake in that song. The banter at the end of it was so clever and so creative. I almost was like, did they make the mistake on purpose just for that banter? It was...
They're smart enough to.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely. They're quite smart, and you can hear it in their lyrics that they're no dummies, that's for sure. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe they do that to create a stimulus to talk about.
All right, one of us is going to mess up the lyrics tonight, and here's what we're going to do.
Ed, you're the fall guy tonight.
Yeah, Ed. Oh man, I love that. And they all followed you. Clearly, we know who the Alpha Dog is.
So do
Tyler,
you guys have
do you
anything
think?
more to add about this song?
I have everything to add about this song.
Well-
No, I'm kidding.
Good, because there's nothing else I got. My notes are short.
It's not my favorite Kiss song, so that in itself is, I don't know if I'd say I'm a huge Kiss fan. I kind of grew up listening to them, and I had a lot of family and friends that were big Kiss fans, but like I said, I would have preferred they toured in a Rush, honestly.
I have nothing to say about it.
Well, let's go over to ratings then, because I think we're going to get a lot of controversial. People called us out on our last couple when it came to these kind of songs. But that's all right. People are allowed to disagree. Matter of fact, if you disagree with our rankings, please go ahead, send us an email at barenakedabcs@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from them. You know, and everyone's been respectful, which is great. It's wonderful. You must.
So we have gotten some disagreement on these.
Oh yeah.
Here? Really?
Yeah, we've had a couple people been like, "Hey, I would have ranked that up at like a 3.5 because that was." I love that. I'll listen to that every single time. And they were talking about Holly Jolly.
We were stirred up.
That's awesome.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and how's the level? So they don't necessarily agree with our thought that like below a 1 if it's not a real song. But
we need to bring these people on the show to defend these songs.
Yeah, because I think my number's not going to look really great tonight. I'm going to.
No, mine's not either. So get ready for the hate, people.
Yeah. So why don't we do some ratings here? Why don't we hand it over to you, Jeff? What are we ranking this on tonight?
Well, this was written by Gene Simmons, so we're going to rank it in tongues because we all know Gene's known for the tongue. So we're going to rank it in a 0 to 5 tongues. I have not started in a while, so I will start. Because I will bring the hate tonight. So it's fun, and I love it when BNL does this kind of thing, when they clearly are having fun on stage. When Tyler tears into the drums, it's fantastic, and I love it. And I'm like, yeah, you know. But for me, beyond that, that's what it is. It's not a song. It's not Brian Wilson. It's not, would I put this on my playlist? No, I wouldn't. If it came on after something, I'd probably listen to it and be like, yeah, that's cool. I've said before that I know I've gotten some disagreements on this. I've said before, if it's not a real song, I would not go above the 1. And that's how I looked at Holly Jolly and How's the Level. This is a song. It's a cover.
Ish.
Ish. There's no guitar. The lyrics are messed up.
I feel like I can kind of give it the 1 ranking there. I feel like it's right at that point. So I'm going to give this one a straight 1. This is a 1 for me. It's right there where it's like, yeah, it's a song. It goes above House Level, goes above Holly Jolly in a way. But beyond that, I'm not a Kiss fan. I'm over defending this one because I can feel
the hate mail.
I can feel the audience right now. I can feel the hate mail like coming in for me. Yeah. So I got to go with a 1 on this one. If you disagree with,
I'm the one that reads all the hate mail.
I know. I'm sorry for that. If you disagree with me, please let me know why you disagree. But we're going to go to Stefan, who's going to make me look bad.
Well, I'm glad you said that because, I was going to reveal your home address on the air here so that all the haters can knock on your door personally and let you know.
They have been, though.
But
ever since Holly Jolly, I've had nothing but a long line of angry BNL fans outside my house. It's insane. I can't even walk outside anymore. It's horrible.
Is it at least 6 feet distancing? Are they at least do the social distancing?
No, they're doing. They got their mask on. They're 6 feet distancing. Oh, okay. They're like really, really rabid Tyler fans out there. They're like, no, man, that is Tyler's epic Christmas song.
Because that like triples the distance.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah, no, they're very responsible. They're responsible haters.
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah.
Speaking of responsible haters, how are you doing, Stefan?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm ready to rank this sucker. So I'm gonna, without further ado, I'm gonna get right into it. And for me, the drums saved it. It's like as soon as the drums cut in, I'm like, yeah, that's sick. I have no idea what song it is, but yeah, that's sick. I'm like, is that Rush? I have no idea. Yeah, that's sick. So I enjoyed that. So
was it sick?
It was sick, man. Like COVID sick. It was awesome. 6 feet distance sick. This is awesome. So, I'm not going to put you to shame, Jeff. So I'm going to rank it a 1.5 tongues, simply because it wasn't really a song. They didn't really know what the heck they were doing. Seemed like they didn't even know what song they were starting to sing. And it seems like the drummer was the only one that really was on board with it, because he's like, yeah, I'm just going to rock. So
Jim is out there in the background like, yeah, I'll keep up with you.
Yeah, exactly. So the 1.5 is just for him. So, well, not saying that he's worth 1.5. He's worth a lot more than that, but I'm just saying. All right, I just dug myself into a hole. So, yeah.
He's 1/5 of B&L, so like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, that makes sense. 1/5. Yeah, makes sense. There you go. So it's worth it.
1/4 now, but
yeah. 1/6 if you want to do history.
Dude, let it go. Steven's gone, man. Like
Andy and Steven will always be B&L to me.
Well, they're on. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Agreed. I totally agree.
Who are they?
Steven and Andy were.
We'll get back to them. We'll come back.
I know you're new to the podcast, Stefan. But so Steven Page and Andy Cregan were previous members of B&L.
They were lovers.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
No. Andy is Jim's brother.
I can hear the scissors snipping right now. Cut.
Oh, I'm leaving that in. That's. I gotta give Stefan a chance to dig his hole.
Oh.
Right.
You don't even have to give me a chance. I dig one anyway. I just dig one. It's just
right.
Just the way it is.
How would you rate this song on 0 to 5 tongues? Tracy.
Yes. So to me, it's not a real song. It's them doing. What? They don't sing the lyrics. They don't know the lyrics. They don't really know the guitar riffs. They're not really trying to cover this song. If it were a true cover, and B&L, we will have a couple of B&L covers that are true covers, and they really are trying. Psycho Killer, When Doves Cry, Wishing Well. Like, we're going to have some real true covers. I will give those real numbers. This isn't a true cover in that for all the reasons I just mentioned. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So for that reason, I'm not going to rank it into the true numbers. However, I do enjoy it, so it's going to get a higher number in that system of under 1. I still don't like the fact that Ed's just yelling. I really wish he was trying to sing this, so it brings it down a few notches. So I'm going to give this a 0.87.
Holy smokes.
Oh,
I'm the high roller here.
I will direct the haters outside my house over to yours, Sal.
Yes. Oh, crap.
Yep. Guys, I don't know how long the walk is from Pennsylvania to Maine, but
it's a long walk. I think I'm
going to be hiking it.
Have fun.
I gave the listeners the states. That wasn't too much, was it?
No.
PA, Maine. We're good.
We're good.
Really doesn't narrow it down. We're good. All
they
right.
got 1 million people to go through with Maine, so I think that. So appearance for this week, since this isn't a real song, I'm going to give a not real appearance, but a still very likable appearance. This week, giveaway when we're recording this, Isaac Hunter Page released 4 new songs on Spotify that he did in collaboration or had help with or worked with his dad. They're very different, so if you're listening for B&L type songs, you're not going to hear that. He's got a different voice. He's got a different style. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just different. So don't go into it expecting B&L or Steven Page, which is good. He's his own person. And even so, if you're looking for it on Spotify, you're going to find it under Isaac Hunter rather than Isaac Page, because I think he's trying to kind of make a name for himself separately. Although he does give his true name of Isaac Page in one of the songs. So it gives himself away a little bit.
He name drops himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a really cool song because he's talking about all these people that he wants to be like, and then he finally decides he wants to be like himself. So It's actually a pretty cool
That sounds
song.
cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Sounds
I
very cool.
recommend that people listen to it. It's well done. Like I said, it's different, but it's interesting. Stefan, I can actually see you enjoying the music.
Oh,
So check it
what's
out.
that supposed to mean?
Well, man,
Yeah, don't even bother.
He means you like good music, Stefan.
how can I say this? You're a great guy,
Oh,
and I love you,
never a good start.
Oh dear.
but
No.
Never
This
a
is
good
bad.
start to a conversation.
you're different. You're really different. But I love you, man. I love you.
What? Stefan is the most normal person I know.
Well, that's because I'm different. And I can. Therefore, he looks different to me.
Oh. I feel weird being in the middle of this Zoom sandwich right now. I kind of want to slide off to the left or right.
Oh, by the way, that's our song next week. I love you.
Oh, I thought it was Zoom.
Okay. I thought it was Zoom sandwich. But that should be a song.
That's a cool song.
Zoom sandwich. Yes, because we need a Z.
Stuck in the middle of the Zoom sandwich.
BNL, we still need a Z from you. We have a Q.
Yeah, come
we
on,
don't
BNL.
have a Z.
Yeah. Do we have an
We have
X?
an A. Why not a Z?
No, we have no X's. Guys, get on this. We need an X.
Xylophone.
need a Z.
Xylophone. I love to play my. Wait. Kevin's keyboard starts with an X.
That's true,
Can he
but it doesn't
write-
have any.
can-
He doesn't have any.
He needs to do a song about his Xenon.
Yep.
Xenon.
Come on, Kevin. Let's do it. Come on the show and talk about your song, Xenon.
Xenon 5.
Xenon 5.
Zignon 5.
Right,
Zignon
right.
5.
Xenon, that's what it is. Yeah. Xenon.
Well, thank you guys for joining me on this.
Wait. I do have
my
a question, though. We had a not real song and a not real appearance, but do we have a not real trouble with Tracy?
We don't.
Okay.
But we do have a listener email.
Oh, okay.
So if you have an email, if you want to give us feedback, you can reach us on Facebook at Bare Naked ABCs or BNL Pod. You can also reach us at BowlingStormTrooperEntertainment.com.
What?
Or you can reach us at barenakedabcs@gmail.com. We got a wonderful email. I am not going to read this whole thing because it goes on.
Wow. Yeah. Get to the part about me.
It's quite long. Very lengthy, very well put. For one of our listeners named Jasmine. So it's good that she wrote into us. I've been writing back and forth with her. It's really cool. She's very eloquent about what she thinks. Sorry, I'm trying to cut this down. It's about 4 pages long.
Wow. I want to hear it all. I feel like we owe it to Jasmine to read this whole thing.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I will.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. It was a short episode.
It's a short episode. We have time.
Let's go for it. Let's do it. Let's read Jasmine's email.
I am a proud Canadian who loves Bare Naked Ladies. There was one Bare Naked ABC's episode a long, long time ago where you had said that you had one listener in Alberta, Canada, in a city called St. Albert. I think that might be me. I'm going to apologize for the length of this email in advance. She said that. I'm sure you have better things to do, haha. But I don't know too many people out there that have the same appreciation for the band. If nothing else, make sure you check out the link towards the end of the email for tidbits about 1 week, which I will put in the show notes. Thank you for sending that, Jasmine. I thoroughly enjoy your podcast and am really happy to listen to well-researched and knowledgeable people discussing a band that I love. I don't want to hear the opinion of people who have heard 3 radio songs and think they've got BNL all figured out. Sorry, Stefan. He's walked away. He didn't even hear my insult.
I'm still stuck in the well-researched, though. Are we sure she's listening to the right podcast?
Hey,
I'm kidding.
I said
I'm
tonight.
kidding. I'm joking. Keep going. I'm enjoying this. This is good.
They are so much more than that. Although in the first third of the episodes, there seemed to be a bit of snark about blaming Ed when you guys didn't like something, but then giving Steven credit when it was something you did like. I'm relieved that doesn't happen as much anymore.
That was before me, Jasmine. They brought me on, and I was total Ed defender.
Oh, yeah.
That was all before me.
I want to share a few thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Not that my opinion matters. It does, and thank you. This is a wonderful letter. There's something about BNL that truly makes me happy and often nostalgic. Steve and Ed's voices together tell such wonderful stories. Sometimes it's just about how the song makes me feel. They make me smile, and sometimes I tear up, and I love it. Other times it's the beautiful lyrics, and it's always about the beautiful harmonies. I love the way they use complicated words and symbolism to portray feelings and tell stories, and I love their lyrics sometimes split in the middle of a sentence and find a way to rhyme. There really is nothing simple about the way they wrote their songs. On Gordon especially, but on other albums too. I love how immature and extraordinarily mature they felt at the same time. And I would say that anytime there is a piano mixed into a song or the mandolin, I adore those moments. Sometimes I feel stressed that you guys might not like one of the songs that I absolutely love. I find that it makes me more happy when I hear that Aaron likes or enjoys a song because he's a more impartial listener. And if he really likes it, then it's something weird, some weird validation. I would consider my opinion to be fairly skewed in the positive direction. And I think yours often is as well. So there is a sense of pride when he agrees with us. I was disappointed when Aaron wasn't on the Falling for the First Time episode. Me too.
Oh, yeah, me too.
You all ranked it very high. Yes, we did.
We did, yeah.
But then Aaron added his score in 3 months later, and he gave it a 3.75. This crushed me a little, as I think if he had been part of the discussion, he would have realized how truly great the song is. Some of my favorite lyrics come from that song.
We have since severely punished him for that, Jasmine, by the way.
Yes.
Just so you know.
That's why he's not here this week.
There was severe beatings, right? Yeah, he's actually in timeout because of that.
He's not allowed to make those kind of statements anymore.
How can you not rate that song high? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I was a little disappointed with the Grade 9 episode. That song is just begging to be analyzed line by line, but it would have been nice to have a few people for whom the references brought back memories that they could relate to. You had several gentlemen on in the last any months that I would have loved to hear them discuss this song. And that is why we now have Jeff and Stefan joining the show. So we have more people that can talk and break this down more.
We will go back and do Grade 9. we will cover that song.
We have a plan for that. We're working on it.
Yes.
I think that you guys are a little hard on the Fake Nudes album. We have been. We'll see where it comes up in the near future with Invisible Fence. I agree that sometimes they sound too produced, but there is something about Fake Nudes that makes me feel like I'm driving down the highway with beautiful rolling farm fields all around me on a hot, quiet summer day with my window down as the sun is setting on the horizon.
Jasmine,
that is probably one of the most beautiful sentences. This person needs to write for a living.
This person needs to write song lyrics. Jasmine, if you're not writing song lyrics, I'm saying do it now.
Yes.
Because that was fantastic.
Many of the songs make me feel warm and safe for some reason. They aren't my favorite songs overall, but I definitely enjoy them more than you guys. I agree with you that Civil Ball is the weakest of the albums, not including the Christmas album. I definitely enjoy Grinning Streak more than Aaron. Gordon, then Stunt, then MYSD, Bopes, Maroon, and E2E are all very high up there. Grinning Streak,
I'm liking where you put Drive, Jasmine. I'm liking that. That's good.
Grinning Streak is my favorite post-Steven album, but admittedly, it's not the same as the early albums. I have heard you comment several times about 1 week and what the heck it means. I came across this article that I thought you might really enjoy. I read a lot of BNL content, and I hadn't heard most of this before. And that's the stuff I'll be putting into the liner notes for this week. Whew, okay. I have said that I have no idea what Aaron is talking about when he does his breakdown, but I love it. I look forward to hearing it every week. It's almost mesmerizing.
Mm-hmm.
This is my top 10 playlist in order if I was stuck on an island. I will never skip these, and they would all be 5 hydro fields out of 5 for me. And these are not the only 5, she says. Just her favorite 5s. Number 1, Some Fantastic. Number 2, Falling for the First Time. Number 3, What a Good Boy. Number 4, Enid. Number 5, Light Up My Room. Number 6, For You. Number 7, Life in a Nutshell. 8, 8, Alcohol. 9, Smile. 10, Go Home.
Oh,
11, Get in Line.
all right.
She said her top 10. She's still going. 12,
Yes.
Am I the Only One?
Keep it going. I'm loving this. Am I the only one? All right, nice.
And 13,
All right.
Moonstone. All right. Well, I've rambled enough, and I really apologize for the length of the email.
No, don't.
Please don't. By the way, she sent me another email afterwards that's just as long.
Yeah, we'll read that next time.
But it's a really great discussion. She has really great opinions, and I have extended the hand. Jasmine, please come on at any time.
Yes.
You have great opinions, and your opinions are just as valid as anyone
And
else's.
keep writing.
We would love to hear you talk about one of these songs.
Yeah, Jasmine, we're we're in the eyes right now. So if there's a song coming up that is in alphabetically coming up, let us know. If there's a song you want to do.
So, anyways, that's our email. That's our postcard for the week. So thank you very much, Jasmine. That was a while back, but we had a short episode, so I was like, I can fit this in. So thank you guys for joining me on this interesting discussion of this song tonight.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Still talked about it. Still talked for an hour about it.
That's right. And join us next week as we discuss a really deep song going all the way back in the catalog. I Love You.
Oh, I love you too.
Off Gordon. See, I said it earlier and you didn't say it back, and that really hurt.
That hurt him, Stefan. I think you need to seriously apologize because he's hurt.
You
right
need to
now.
think about your actions.
You really do, Stefan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm so disappointed in you tonight.
Ooh.
You don't get the sleep. You don't get the sleep in the trailer.
No.
No, I was gonna let you, but no,
No.
not now.
How's Mike?
Mike's great. Mike gets to sleep in the trailer.
Mike
Stefan,
gets to
you don't get to sleep in the trailer.
So you're saying that I'm getting promoted from the trailer? No, I'm.
No.
Oh, I see.
You know the doghouse?
Oh,
Go behind it.
I'm always in the doghouse.
Behind the doghouse, Stefan. There's a hole behind the doghouse. That's where you are. The doghouse? What the?
Remember what you were talking
no.
about with the Neosporin earlier? That's my rating.
Yeah, I always knew you were.
Yeah, there we go. My connection was unstable.
That's okay. Stefan is.
My connection is about as unstable as Stefan.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I love him for, though.
I'm a little bit on the edge. Okay.
Very.
And see, again, I said it and he didn't say it back. That really hurts.
It really. You might not get this chance again.
Don't make me cry. I love you guys. Don't boot me off this show.
Ah.
I could be dead next week and you would have never said it.
I love you. I love you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll keep you around.
Okay. Well, fall is approaching.
Thanks, that was fun. Don't forget, no regrets, except maybe one.
While we're on the subject, what does your cat's butt think about this song?
Oh my god.
I
Big
had to
old
put
zero.
I need to know.
I had to put Neosporin on my cat's butt today. Poor girl. Got a little infection going on there.
I gotta like get Jeff get his
There's a
composure
lot
back.
of silence. Wow.
I've come to learn, Stefan. I never know what to expect from you, but that kind of took the cake right there.
You just wait.
Neosporin on the
Yes.
cat butt infection was not something I was planning for this evening.
No.
Tracy,
Yes.
speaking of the outtakes reel, what would you
To celebrate joining Pantheon Podcasts, Rock Camp, the podcast, the official podcast of Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, is giving away a guitar signed by Mike Portnoy of Dream Theater, Marty Friedman, formerly of Megadeth, and legendary shredder Zakk Wylde, plus our rockstar counselors like Vinny Appice, Monty Pittman, and more. To enter to win, simply follow, rate, and review our podcast on your preferred platform, and that's all you have to do. For more information, go to rockcamp.com/podcast.